How's it going, guys? Thanks for tuning in to the new video. We are going to be doing something a little bit different today. We're taking a break from the Max, and we're going to be working on my brother's 2015 Chevy Silverado. We're going to be installing a East detailing steering wheel kit. It's like a stitch-on steering wheel cover. Let me show you what comes included in the box. So we got the steering wheel cover itself. My brother went with the, I think it's suede. Looks like suede, and then the forged carbon on top. So the forged carbon will be on top, and this suede material will be on the sides. Inside the box, it also comes with the needle and sewing string, and it also comes with instructions. I'm going to show you guys how I do it. There's many ways to install these, but they're all basically the same. It comes with the instructions how to sew it on and how to put it on. So I'm gonna move the camera inside so I can show you guys how we install this on my brother's Chevy Silverado. And here we are inside. This is what his steering wheel looks like. It does come from factory with this leather, but as you can see here on top, it has gotten very ugly and the leather's kind of showing some wear. So let's get this steering wheel cover prepped and sew it on this. So for step one, you just want to get it nice and clean. I already went ahead and wiped it down. You want to get any oil, grease, get all of that off, get it all nice and clean. And if you're wondering if any of the steering wheel buttons or the airbag has to come off, it does not have to. The kit actually does come with this prying tool that you can use to carefully maneuver the material underneath. As you can see, carefully maneuver the material underneath these buttons, so it'll save time and you don't risk damaging anything. So like I said, this prying tool comes in the kit and it'll allow you to carefully maneuver the material underneath the buttons. All right, so we're going to go ahead and begin step one on the instructions provided in the box, and that is going to be installing the double-sided sticky tape on the inside of the steering wheel cover. So you just want to flip it inside out, and if you go ahead and follow the instructions, it'll give you the recommended areas where to install this double-sided sticky tape, which is also included in the box. Okay, so I have step one basically done. Just went ahead and added my double-sided tape to the necessary areas. All this does is really help keep the corners tacked down on the steering wheel, and also just to keep it from possibly sliding around. So now we're going to move on to step number two. Okay, now we're going to move on to installing the steering wheel cover onto the steering wheel. It wants you to turn the steering wheel around, but I don't have my brother's keys, so we're just going to have to leave it like this, and the steering wheel's locked. So it's fine leaving it like this. The job could still be done. And when you install this steering wheel cover, you want to leave the double-sided tape unpeeled because you don't want this sticking to the steering wheel just yet. Once you have the steering wheel cover on, you want to try your best to have it as straight as possible, especially in these corners here. You want them to flow with the steering wheel, because if you are slightly off to the right or the left, it's going to be very hard to stitch these areas here, 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 and depending on which steering wheel you even have. So like I said, just try to have it as straight as possible. Once you have the steering wheel right where you want it to be, now we are going to peel the double-sided tape off. once this is all peeled off, you just want to massage the cover onto the steering wheel, and then we will begin with tucking it into the corners like this. And now we got the material all tucked in on the left, on the right, and then also on these bottom sections. And like I mentioned earlier, the toolkit does come with one of these, and that just helps to carefully lift any buttons or trims and just tuck that material carefully underneath. It just barely gets you that room, just enough to get under those buttons, and carefully tuck the material underneath. So here's just an example on the bottom. As you can see, you barely get that room, just enough to squeeze the material in. So now that we got the material tucked in, we're going to move on to the final step, which will be stitching the whole steering wheel cover. And let's get ready to stitch the steering wheel. Here is the included thread and needle. This color is gray. On the website, it does allow you to choose your own color. My brother chose the gray one. So we're going to get this. I think I'm going to start here and then just work my way down. And if you're wondering how much do you need to stitch this, just measure 3 times from here to here. So that'll just be 1, 2, 3. And that long piece should be enough to make it from here all the way around. So let me get this prepared and then we'll start stitching this cover. So the way you start stitching this, you want to start and poke the needle from the back here. And then at the end of the thread, you just want to create a large knot and pull the thread all the way in. All right, now that we're ready to stitch, so once we got it started from the back of the cover, we're going to loop it just once here. That'll close the gap in between here. And then you're going to skip 1 and feed it through here. And then once you're on the right side, you're going to skip 1 and feed it on this one. So we're going to go underneath like that. And pull it all the way through. And it's just the same process the whole time. So once you pull the little thread through, now we're going to repeat the same thing over here. We're going to skip 1 and go up. So we'll put this one here and pull the thread all the way through. And once you get this pattern going, it's very, very simple. And then it'll start creating this kind of zigzag formation. So same thing, going to repeat it again. Since we're on the right, we're going to go on the left now, but we're going to skip 1 and go to the next one and pull the thread all the way through again. And then just give it a nice firm tug. And then, so again, once you get this pattern going, it'll be very easy. So again, I'm on the left side of the cover. So now we're going to be ready to go across. Skip 1 and go on this one. and pull the thread all the way through. And it's the same thing throughout the whole process. Give it a firm little tug. And as you can see, we're starting to get the zigzag formation going. So I'm gonna go ahead and sew most of this, and then I'll be right back. And there we have it, guys. Just finished it up. It was a bit of a struggle, not gonna lie. Very time consuming, but just take your guys' time and you guys will get the same results for sure. And as you can see, we have the forged carbon look on top, the suede on the sides, and we have the same style forged carbon on the bottom. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you guys learned anything new. And if you guys want to order a steering wheel cover, make sure you guys go to eastdetailing.com and you guys can pick yourself up a steering wheel cover. Thanks for watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. And we have more content coming for sure. Peace.